Welcome to Coffee and Popcorn, where we bring you the most striking stories from around the world. We have 2 relationship stories from the world of Reddit, and these stories are jam-packed with heartbreak, betrayal, and harsh lessons. In the first story, we have a man who accidentally discovered that his wife cheated on him with 7 guys. As you can imagine, it wasn't pretty. For our second story, we have a man whose partner traveled out of town to meet up with her affair partner. Not only did she cheat, but she had the audacity to bring their daughter along for the trip. If you're ready to get into these stories, get yourself a coffee and grab a bowl of popcorn so we can get into it.
My wife cheated on me with 7 men, and I found out by accident in October of last year. Here's what happened to me. My soon-to-be ex-wife broke her iPhone and asked me for a new one. The phone was only 8 months old, and I told her that we had the warranty, so she should use our business phone for now. Our shop was closed for the season, but sent her phone back, and she received a new one 2 weeks later. In January, I landed a new job in Anaheim. It was a full-time position, but it had a 3 to 4 hour travel time. Still, it was a dream job for me. The only downside was that I'd always be on the road. We owned our home, so relocating wasn't an option, at least not for now. I noticed that my wife was getting more upset with me as the weeks went by. Whenever I would ask if everything was okay, she would ask for space, so I would give it to her. She was having a hard time finding a job, so I thought the stress was getting to her. We decided that when our children were born, she could stay home and raise them, which she did. I broke my iPhone at the end of September, so I sent off for a replacement and decided to use the business phone temporarily, the same phone my wife used when her iPhone broke. I found the phone on her nightstand, but when I charged it, I found various text messages from people I didn't know. I opened the messages, and it felt like someone punched me in the chest. I started to hyperventilate. My entire world was collapsing around me. I saw images of my wife and other men's body parts, and there were videos of them doing unmentionable things in the new SUV I just purchased for her. I read the super detailed messages she sent to her coworkers and friends, fully explaining her experiences with these 7 men. She also had Tinder and Ashley Madison on the phone. I went to a very dark place. I'm trying to move on, but the images I saw, along with the videos of the deeds, has been etched into my brain. My family has told me that keeping a journal will help the healing process, but I found out so much about what my wife was up to that I've completely lost trust in people.
It's always painful to hear when someone's been cheated on, especially when they truly believed that their partner wasn't capable of doing such a thing. Unfortunately, most people have to go through painful experiences like this before they realize that people are capable of anything. While you should love and trust your partner, you should never be so naive to think something like this couldn't happen to you. People get cheated on every day, and sadly, most people get away with it. Let's see if there's anything interesting going on in the comments.
Vostok says, "Hello, brother. I never comment, but I just can't leave without replying. I had a similar story with my ex. She was my first girlfriend, and I thought she was the love of my life, my sweetheart. I knew her so well that I could predict words coming out of her mouth. But that all changed when I sensed that she lied to me, and I decided to go through her phone. Jesus, it was so messed up. I saw her texting with other guys, and I saw a photo where she had a guy's junk in her mouth. Years later, I still have a clear picture of what I saw. Seeing how she was interacting with other guys and how she sent them sexy photos, just like she did with me, really opened my eyes up to reality. I can't imagine how you're going through this after 20 years of marriage. Just remember, you're better than this. It'll take time to recover your sense of self-worth, because the damage is really big. The healing process will be long, but in the end, you'll be stronger for it." Representative Aide says, "I'm sorry that you're going through this. In my experience, when they start getting upset with you all the time and trying to get space, it's a slam dunk that something's going on. The other thing that I don't understand at all is why people cheat and make videos of it. It's such a dumb thing to do for multiple reasons. You'll likely get caught, and the people you're sleeping with are likely to leak your videos, which will impact your career and family. In my ex-wife's case, her affair partner was a crusty, overweight guy in his 50s with moobs. It's not like the videos and pictures of adult entertainers, it's just nasty."
OP needs to get out of this marriage. It seems like his wife checked out a long time ago, but for some reason has chosen not to leave. Rather than leave, she has chosen to enjoy the financial benefits of staying with OP while having her fun on the side.
Me and my girlfriend have a 1-year-old daughter, so we're always in close contact. Recently, I went away for a week for work, and during my trip, there was one day in which I couldn't reach my girlfriend at all. On that day, I had heard from her in the morning, and she said she was going out. She wanted to go to another city, which was about an hour away from where we live. I found this a bit odd since it's not normal for her, but I didn't say anything at the time. A part of me thought that maybe she just wanted to explore somewhere new. After that first message, letting me know where she was going, I never heard from her again. Normally this is fine, but it started to get late. We were well into the evening and I still hadn't heard from her, so I tried to call, but I was ignored. When it got to nighttime, I really started to worry. I even asked my family if anyone was available to go out and find her. I thought something bad had happened because this wasn't like her at all. Finally, I got a message from her saying, "Sorry, I fell asleep." I explained to her that I was really worried, that she needs to be better at communicating. She got really angry and called me insecure and controlling for worrying and trying to have my family look for her. 2 weeks later, she confessed that she went out to meet another guy, someone she was speaking with before we met. They spent the whole day together and even shared a kiss. I'm furious that she took our daughter out so she could cheat on me, and then got angry at me for worrying about her, knowing full well that she was betraying my trust. I hurt in so many different ways. Should I forgive her?
One of the sickest aspects about cheating is when the unfaithful partner gaslights the one who was betrayed, making them think they're crazy or in the wrong for asking certain questions. "I can't believe you don't trust me," is something cheaters like to say a lot. It makes the person who was cheated on feel guilty for having concerns. If you're worried about your partner stepping out on you, and they say something like this, don't give in so easily if your concerns are genuine. Cheaters say stuff like this all the time because it's a very easy way to stop their partner from asking more questions. I have no reason to believe OP's partner didn't sleep with the guy she went to meet. Surely she didn't travel all that way for a kiss. Once trust is broken in a relationship, it's extremely hard to fix, and most people never truly get over it. That's enough from me, though. Let's see what they had to say in the comments.
Jerikivi says, "I know this isn't something you want to hear, but maybe you need to DNA test your daughter." Mindless Ad says, at least she is not your wife. Break up, honey. She even got your daughter involved in this. That's some weird stuff. Also, there's always a possibility that she may have cheated before and only admitted the most recent affair. Character Hippo says, definitely not forgivable, as she's only lying about just kissing him. Plus, she probably used your expenses to travel and meet her lover. Apparently, she's planned this excursion for a while, so there are possibly other events that you know nothing about. The broken trust is too deep, and there's no way you will feel comfortable going off to work, knowing what she's capable of. Sorry.
While I was in the middle of creating this video, there was an update to this story, so let's get into it.
I've pressed her further, and yes, as we all expected, I was only getting trickle-truthed. This is what really happened. They met for the first time, kissed, and then met for a second time the following week to have sex in a hotel. And they did this while my daughter was sleeping in the room next door. Most hotels around here are not double-roomed. I told her that I have 3 conditions if I'm ever to forgive her. I want a DNA test, STI test, and she has to tell her mom what she's done. Of course, she's extremely agitated by this, upset and angry. Realistically, it should be the end of us. I shouldn't accept what she's done. However, I can't help but be devastated for my daughter and wish that there was a way to fix things. Still, the disrespect is foul. I'm still confident that my daughter's mine, but I want to check to be certain. She laughed when I suggested it needed to be done and can't believe I would even consider it. She's likely manipulating and gaslighting me to make me feel like I'm crazy for asking. She also became very sad, but in the end, she agreed to do it. The biggest problem she has, which is strange to me, is getting the STI test. Her mom is a godly woman, so she knows that what she's done will break her heart. This makes her hesitant about doing it, and to be honest, I'm not sure if she will. Hopefully, though, it will help her embrace the shame, make her realize her wrongdoing, and to make a change so she never does it again. She says that I'm trying to shame her, and to be fair, she's 100% correct. If there's any slither of hope of us being together as a family, or even being close as co-parents, these 3 things must be done. I want her to feel the shame of it all, so she can really sit with the consequences of her actions. After that, I can forgive her. but never forget.
It's funny that OP's partner would think it's weird for him to want a DNA test for his daughter. She's clearly demonstrated that she's not a faithful partner, so it's possible that this isn't the first time she's done something like this. One of the sickest things about this was OP's partner putting their 1-year-old daughter in another room so she could have sex. To be honest, more so than the cheating, this would make me dump her. I can't believe she would take a risk like that with their child. She's not fit to be a parent. I'm not normally this judgmental or harsh, but that was disgusting. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Popcorn, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.